If you're wanting to go to Sintra and you're not quite sure how to do it, here's how we did it in the most budget-friendly and what we think is the most efficient way.
I am made to be free.
So good. Our early morning on our way to Sintra starts at about 7 o'clock. So early, but not too early. And we're making our way from our accommodation to a train station with 2 horseshoes as a door called Rocio. And we're gonna catch a trains to Sintra, the very terminus station. And we should be catching that train at 8:01 in the morning. And that should get us there for about 8:40. Because entry to Sintra is timed, we had to be a little bit more precise this morning. If you're staying downtown, of course, probably the Rocio station is the best one to go to for everybody, just because this seems to be like the really touristy part and it goes right to Sintra.
If you are taking the metro, you can take the metro to Restauradores, and then Rocio train station is right around this corner. Here is the Rocio train station with its famous horseshoe doorways. We bought our tickets here because the lineup wasn't too long, but there's also these ticket machines here. A round trip ticket to Sintra is €4.80. Your ticket also is put on one of these cards, so if you have it from using the metro earlier on, just keep this and then they'll load it onto this. If you don't have this yet, it's another 50 euro cents to get this, which is like nothing. Rocio, Sintra. So we're just waiting for our train now. So as Tristan mentioned, we did have to buy like time tickets ahead of time. That was specifically for the Pena Palace. I think the earliest you can get is 9:30, which was fully booked when we bought our tickets about a week ago. So we have the 10 a.m. tickets. Yeah, so definitely buy your tickets well in advance. We're on the train now. It's open seating, so just sit wherever you want. We have made it into Sintra, just outside the train station here. It's really cool. You can see one of the castles up on the hill there. The next step is getting up to that castle. If you wanted to walk, it's about an hour straight uphill, so we are not doing that. The next cheapest option are these public buses. Essentially, it's kind of like a hop-on, hop-off bus. It's €13.50 to get a 24-hour ticket. We saw people like rushing to get it because unfortunately those buses are the cheapest way to get around, but they can get filled up really fast and they're not super efficient, we've heard. We are actually trying to get an Uber right now because it's about the same price as a one-way up to the palace.
Interrupting update.
Yeah.
We got an Uber and it's gonna cost us like €7.
So that is much cheaper than the bus. And the reason this is good for us is because we just need a ride up to the castle. After that, we're planning on walking.
We've arrived now at the top, concluding our Uber ride, which was, we got a 5-star driver and he was very friendly, and no kidding, he has 5 stars. Very reasonably priced Uber. Stacy is thinking that the Uber was as cheap as it is because it was so early.
Yeah, I think it probably will get more expensive.
Uber is probably the way to go first thing in the morning.
Only if you are going one way up.
Yeah, and then just because we were walking down. So
or if budget's not a concern.
Our tickets are for the palace. You can get into this park area anytime. So if you get up here early, just like we did, maybe it is perfect timing. This map here on the wall says it takes half an hour to get up to the palace. So it'll be like exactly perfect timing as we wander through this lovely park.
So this lineup here is for our timed entry. So as you can see, it gets very busy. They definitely shuffle people through pretty quickly, but we got the audio book and we're just kind of waiting for crowds to go by because they kind of come in waves. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I can understand why people would not enjoy how crowded it is.
We have concluded the audio portion, which I highly recommend. It was only like €1, but we've sort of ended our guided audio portion here on the castle walls, overlooking down into like kind of Sintra area and then to the Atlantic Ocean. It's been really nice, but I don't think we're done here. We're just still gonna walk around and explore, and there's grounds and everything, and then we have to make our way down into the town itself, where we're gonna have some lunch before we go off to another thing here in Sintra. As we are on our walk down from the palace, we're gonna go through a couple little sites that Stacey was keen to see on our way down into town, where we're gonna have lunch and then depart again for the other site. Up in the palace itself, there was a lady setting up a tripod, and she spent so long setting it up. She stood there the whole time. We saw like the entire outside of the castle and came back around, and she was still there trying to just arrange her camera. Imagine coming to a place as cool and as unique and as beautiful. There's ruins in the woods, there's castle up on the to be seen, this palace to be explored. And you come all the way here and you spend your whole time setting up for one Instagram photo. Maybe she's getting paid, maybe she's here on business. Come all this way to get like one Instagram photo, not even see the place you're at, but then you know the description is gonna be like, oh, I had such a magical day in this place I was at. And you're like, you spent the entire time with your face buried in your phone. This doesn't count. Just to not even kind of like be at a place, you know, it's just like crazy to me.
Walking down through the park, we have found ourselves at the Valley of the Lakes, which is kind of just a couple ponds with some ruin-looking type things. Those are geese, not swans.
I thought they were swans.
Knockoff swans. It was a really easy walk down to get here. And yeah, just keep exploring.
King in the castle, king in the castle.
Our lunch break today is at Casa Quinta. It's one of the cheaper places we found. They do a lot of pastries and stuff, but if you sit in, you can get little sandwiches for only a couple euros.
So we both got the rustic ham and cheese one. This was only like, I think this was €3.80. Sorry, it's really loud in here. And then this is my Nutella tart. And this is Stacey's Sintra tart. These are both like €1.70. So for each of us, it was about €5.50 per person for a sandwich and that. So like, that's pretty good. And it's soaked in butter, so that's a nice healthy option. We have started our adventure around, what's it called?
Quinta de Regaleira.
Quinta de Regaleira. I said perfectly the first time. And I was wondering, I was asking Stacey, what is this place? Is it a palace? Is it just like a Like, what is the purpose, right? The last place was like a castle. It was like a monastery, and then it was a castle of like rulers. Like, it had like purpose. So I thought, what's this place's purpose? So I asked good old Wikipedia, and I'm not going to read it to you verbatim, but essentially it was just some like millionaire dude in 1900 who just like built some like eclectic property with like towers and stuff all over it.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so it's just now it's for our enjoyment. Hindsight 2020 pro tip: do the well when you're done up top, so you don't come all the way back down just to go all the way back up again. So we reached the top of this road. There's Stacy looking beautiful as ever, and we found the end. But look what we discovered here. If you didn't make it all the way past here, you'd never see this set of stairs. Stacy, how has it been walking around here?
It's been good. I wish we kind of had a better route initially.
Like a better plan?
Yeah, plan of exploring. But it's been really cool. All the things are really neat.
It is really neat. Oh, we found somebody up here. And they left when they heard us coming. What were they doing? Up to no good. We found some concert thing. They're practicing. That was a nice surprise, and we're carrying on to see the rest, which I think we're gonna just get through pretty quick and then start making our way back into Lisbon. Our time now here in Sintra has concluded, and we've wrapped up here at
Quinta de Regaleira.
something like that. And that's our time here done. So we're gonna walk back to the train station. Should just be about 20 minutes from here, where we'll catch a train. It's on the 50s on the way back. So like 4:50, 5:50, 6:50. And that makes our day. It was a long day. We were just saying we don't know how people do more than like 2 things, because there's like the Moor Castle and there's like a couple other like manor things scattered around. We did these 2 things and the day is like done. So I wouldn't plan too much, although we're spending 4 days in Lisbon. What we realized we probably could have done is spent 2 days in Lisbon, come out here to Sintra, spent 2 days here. We could have very easily caught a 40-minute morning train to go back from Sintra to Lisbon to catch our train to Madrid. It would have been very easy, but we just didn't know that. So Sintra was a day trip. Consider a 2-day trip, or just like come here, spend a night, and then head back the next day. But it's great. And
Yeah, it's beautiful.
we learned some good stuff. Come early, get an Uber right away before they probably get super expensive. And other than that, I mean, Sintra was really cool. I thought it was really beautiful. I thought it was really pretty, and I would definitely recommend doing it. And so if you're interested in how to do it, this is how we did it.